Hey guys, Michael Marchand back with you again. Your Choose to Win Ziglar licensed coach here, continuing the series on mindset over matter. Today we're going with the GOAT theme, the greatest of all time. We can take a slight twist on it though, and we're going with the failure edition. So the GOAT failure edition, greatest of all time failure edition. Here we go. I'm going to throw some statistics, some numbers, some other details at you, and I want you to see if you can guess who I'm talking about or what the invention or product they created was. So starting off here, 1978 to 1993, this person built 5,126 prototypes. That is 5,126 prototypes over a 15-year period. That's 341 failed prototypes every single year and 28 failed prototypes a month. Now that is nearly one prototype a day that this person failed at, all with the goal of building one single piece of equipment, one prototype a day that failed for 15 years. How many of us could withstand that? I myself would have to have the right mindset for sure, but this was the Dyson vacuum. By all accounts, this is the world's premier vacuum right now. It is one of a kind, and it is being copied by many other manufacturers out there. So that tells you just how good it is. James Dyson was the inventor of this. He's the guy that spent 15 years perfecting this design. And if you're not really interested in vacuums, you don't care about that, how about $9.8 billion? That'll get your attention, right? So his 15 years of hard work, his perseverance, his persistent consistency paid off with $9.8 billion. That's correct, 9.8 B with the billion. Now, who do we have next here? This person got scarlet fever at the age of 12. Hint, hint, that probably tells you this is not recent. This person went deaf in their left ear and was considered retarded by his grade school teachers. Ouch. As an adult, this person went on to fail 10,000 times on a single invention. So just one single invention that he was trying to make failed 10,000 times at it. Who is it? Anybody having a light bulb moment here? Thomas Edison. He did not actually create the light bulb, as some think. He did go on to perfect the light bulb. The light bulb at his time was not widely available for use in any kind of home or commercial aspects. So he went on to pioneer and create and perfect a light bulb that was available for wide-scale commercial use, and that is much like the light bulbs we use today. He also went on to hold over 1,000 patents in his lifetime, and one of his more notable inventions was creating the motion picture camera. So next time you watch a movie, you can thank Thomas Edison for that. Who else do we have here? All right, grew up with a handicapped father. So this boy's father was abusive to him and his brother. He could actually not work, so him and his brother had to have a paper route, and they used that to help support the family. All the while, the father was drinking and regularly physically abusive to him and his brother. His first successful character was actually stolen by the company that he brought it to. And they ended up stealing the artist as well as the rights to the character that he had created. That's a tough blow for sure. His first studio after he went on his own ended up going bankrupt. And if that wasn't enough, he had a nervous breakdown at 29. Now, for most people, if you got through everything else and you had a nervous breakdown, that would probably be the last straw. But not. This guy kept on persevering. He had the persistent consistency, and he did not quit. Who am I talking about? Walt Disney. There it is. Now, Walt Disney is a household iconic brand that is known worldwide. So there's not really a whole lot more you need to say about that, because just imagine your life growing up without Disney cartoons. It's kind of sad to think about. But the point is that this guy persisted. He stayed consistent through the good times and the bad. And eventually he had success on a scale that he could have never imagined. Next up, we're going to switch to sports here. This particular player missed 9,000 shots in his career. He was entrusted to take the game-winning shot and missed it 26 times. He lost 300 games in his career, and he was cut from his varsity basketball team for not being good or tall enough. Now, if those aren't some shocking statistics, that's 9,000 shots by all accounts. He must be a pretty bad player, right? Who's your guess? Who am I talking about here? If you said Michael Jordan, you would be correct by all accounts, or at least my personal opinion and many others. He is the greatest basketball player of all time. After being cut from his varsity basketball team because he wasn't good enough, he went on to play in the NBA, win 6 NBA championships, and was named the Finals MVP 6 times as well. So every time they won a NBA championship, he did win the MVP award for that as well. He was also named the regular season MVP 5 times, and went on to win 2 gold medals in the Olympics as well. 2 separate Olympics, 2 separate years, and he did win 2 Olympic gold medals. So those are not too shabby in terms of achievements. And to round out our sports cast here, this person was struck out, so you know I'm talking about baseball, was struck out 1,330 times. He actually held the strikeout record, not the kind you want where you're a pitcher striking people out, but the kind where you get struck out as a batter. He held the record for most times being struck out, and that record actually stood for 30 years. Now, he had records in mind. I'm pretty sure this was not one of them. Who am I talking about here? Babe Ruth. Now, Babe Ruth arguably changed the game of baseball forever with his style of leaving it all out there. He did not play it safe, and he was the home run king. He hit 714 home runs in his career, and to this day, as of today's statistics, he is still the number 3 all-time home run hitter. So throughout all the years and with all the innovations and advancements in technology, he has remained number 3, which is a pretty impressive feat. If you strike out 1,330 times, there's a pretty good chance that you would be considered a really bad player. But Babe Ruth left it all out there. Every time he went to the plate, he went with the all or nothing approach. There was no middle ground for him. He was going to knock the ball out of the park, or he was going to strike out trying. And that is a lesson we could all learn. Now, you could strike out 1,330 times and be really, really discouraged, or you could keep going and hit 714 home runs, setting yourself up in history in the Hall of Fame as one of the all-time greats. So these people all have one thing in common. Now, they set a goal, and there was no number of failures that could stop them. They all meant all kinds of failures, from physical to financial to health to mental to every other kind of failure that you could imagine along the way. And they did not give up. Their key was persistent consistency. They persisted at doing what they set out to do, time and time again, failure after failure. And they remained consistent over the long run, and all of them made life-changing impacts to their particular profession. Babe Ruth changed the game of baseball forever. Dyson changed households everywhere forever. Walt Disney changed kids' cartoons forever. There is no telling what impact you could have if you persist and you consistently push through the failures. Everybody's going to have failures, and if you have a lofty goal that's worth achieving, then it is worth noting that you only fail if you quit. So failure is just temporary. As Thomas Edison said, he discovered 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. Again, guys, you all have greatness inside of you. And as I do every video, I have a limited number of slots every week for strategy sessions. So I want to, again, offer that to you guys. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You know that you have greatness. If you don't, take my word for it, because I believe in you. So I want you to unlock that greatness. I want you to have that persistent consistency and go out there and change the world. But I can't do anything until you take the first step. So reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, and let's get a strategy session on the books as soon as I'm available. Anyway, guys, stay strong, stay motivated. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and come back next week.